As a non-smoker, I tried as best as possible to get inside the head of a smoker. This wasn't an easy task because through making this documentary, I came to realize that there is no definition of a smoker. I found that some people just happen to smoke and others don't. I was surprised to find out through questionnaires that most of the smokers I asked do desire to quit and believe that they can quit, and yet they are still smoking. I didn't ask these questions in any tricky way. They were right next to each other on the sheet of paper. I thought, if this is the case, then why do people continue to smoke? So would you say that you're addicted now?
I'm smoking a cigarette as you're filming a documentary on smoking. I'm pretty fucking addicted to cigarettes.
Stress reliever. That's the main reason.
So you mainly only smoke when you're stressed?
Yeah, when I'm stressed and people annoy me because it puts me in a better mood and I'm a much more agreeable person.
And I guess because I was like depressed and I felt like, fucking with myself, I guess if you will. So started then, and believe it or not, after the hurricane I stopped, so it doesn't really work with the depression thing. And I don't know, after that I was like, you know what, I feel like smoking again. So started and I haven't stopped.
So you would say, what was your motivation for smoking? Just because you thought it would help your depression?
I guess it was kind of an appeal to me. Lots of people, when they're depressed, they just feel like hurting themselves, I guess you'd say. And I don't know, it's relaxing. It does help. I mean, at least it feels like it helps. It's probably more psychological than anything else. You think it helps, and if you think it helps, then it helps.
Right. So, you still smoke. Why would you say you still smoke?
I'm probably addicted to it. I don't know if I am. I can go a while without smoking. Like if I don't have money and I don't buy a pack of cigarettes, I'm fine.
At first it was just something to do and I liked the buzz, but later on, that's when I got addicted to it.
So you would say you just got straight up addicted and you had like cravings for cigarettes?
Yeah. I mean, I started getting out of class and the first thing I wanted to do was smoke a cigarette.
Right.
It's just, it's a habit, so it's just something I've been used to and I just do every day. Plus, college is really stressful and that cigarette sometimes helps.
Yeah. So, would you say that you're addicted? Somebody asked you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, would you say that you're addicted?
Definitely.
Yeah, so do you want to quit?
Part of me does. Really part of me does. I mean, I'm a very heavy smoker and it does shorten my breath. I mean, it does cause some pain actually. But on the other hand, I'm hooked.
Right.
And also, it helps pass the time. It's great for cig breaks at work. That's for damn sure. It's a good stress reliever, if I haven't had a cigarette, I'm stressed out. But the moment I get that cigarette, it's that feeling of relief of having a cigarette, which is so nice and rewarding. It's like stupid, really. I mean, if you think about it, because if I didn't start smoking, I wouldn't need the cigarette to begin with. But now that I do smoke, it's really nice to have a cigarette.
Obviously, you're in the gym. You seem to be pretty healthfully conscious. Would you say, do you want to quit right now?
I mean, you go through phases where you want to quit, and then something will happen, or you get stressed out, or get some bad news or something, and it's almost, I guess it's like that's my comfort zone, So it's kind of like the way I cope with things, kind of,
So you'd say it's kind of like a relaxing thing for you?
Yeah, like some people, might enjoy swimming or might enjoy, going out for a drive in their car or something. A smoker enjoys just relaxing and smoking.
I try to just keep it at not buying the pack myself, and I figure I'm safe.
So you don't actually buy your own cigarettes?
No, I've never bought a pack, so. Well, okay, actually I should say that. When I was abroad, I did buy a pack once. I was in Argentina, and a lot of people smoke in Central South America, so a lot more than here. So I did, I bought some Marlboro Reds once. But yeah, I try to stay away from doing that, because I know it's just easier.
So you mainly smoke just in social situations?
Yeah, not always. Like sometimes if I go out and I have a drink, like I'll have a cigarette with like another friend who smokes sometimes. I have a lot of friends that smoke, so like they don't have a trouble just being like, hey Meg, here's a cigarette. And so yeah, if I'm like out, I would say maybe once every 2 months if I just want one. So I mean, I guess I'm like a social smoker, like just when I feel like it, but not like every time I go out.
So you would definitely say you're not addicted.
No.
My father died 2 years ago of lung cancer. He died in April. Hurricane Katrina hit in August. Between that period of my father dying of lung cancer, I actually quit smoking cigarettes. I've been smoking for about 4 years at that point. And I pushed it off. It was horrible. All my friends still smoked. I was chewing the gum. I had the patches on. At one point, I was in a physics class, and it was an exam, and I couldn't smoke. So I had both of the largest patches you can get on either breast, on the shoulder. And I would rub them in the middle of class during this exam because I was stressing out because it's physics, you know? And I'm walking out of class, and I'm like, does anybody have a cigarette? Does anybody have a cigarette, right? And I'm still rubbing my patches. The only thing I can get is a clove. So now I'm smoking a clove cigarette, and it smells like incense. So I'm rubbing my nipples at this point, and my professor comes out, right? The physics professor, and he looks me dead in the eye because I've been doing this all throughout the exam. Doesn't tell me a thing, but I got an A in the exam, and I know I probably shouldn't have.
Would you consider yourself addicted?
It's weird. When I'm in New Orleans, I definitely feel the addiction. But when I go home, like on breaks and stuff, I hardly smoke at all. So I guess it depends on the atmosphere and the mood. And there's definitely a certain vibe that I get from this place, you know?
Yeah. So you think there's actually something about New Orleans that makes you want to smoke more?
I think it's something about college life and stress and boredom and stuff like that. I don't know. Being stuck on campus all day and, you know, classes and work and, I don't know, it's a nice thing just to have a cigarette every once in a while.